Welcome back, guys. We're continuing work on the 2jz swapped Jeep. One of the things I wanted to do and develop and play with was making a jig for drilling from the left side oil galley to the right side oil galley. Because on the GTE, this is already drilled, this passage here is already drilled. And then you can use these guys right here and that guy back there to feed oil to the turbos, or turbo. That's also what feeds the oil squirters if you were going to do all that crap. I'm not doing all that crap. I just didn't want to run the line over the engine. And I also thought this would be cool. I watched one guy do it by hand. I was not willing to do that. I do not have plenty of blocks lying around. So, I made this. I made this jig. I used a drill guide, which is a really hardened piece that's machined precise so that the drill bit won't eat away at it, it won't waller. And I made a model. I made all these pieces. I had them laser cut, and we went right on through, right into the right spots. It walked just a touch. I think that one is pretty well. Get my phone out and get that flashlight on it. Alright, so that one pretty well square. This one wandered off to the right there a little bit, but just barely. But the depth is in the same spot it was when I drilled the top. It looks like I could have scooted this guy out just a tick more. So I crowded. Yeah, I could have come out a tick more. I crowded the cylinder wall side. If I was to make another one of these, this is just a bunch of plates stacked together, and because this is a VVTI, I haven't looked up whether the non-VVTI 2J blocks have that boss there. I haven't even looked. But because it's VVTI, this happened to be machined in the right place at the right angle to match the deck and this passage right here. So I made that thing, I got a long drill bit, and here we are. So that's that. It worked. I'll attach the video of me drilling it, or I will throw in the video of me drilling it, and then what we're going to do next is take my pipe tap after we knock the crud out of the holes. We're going to clean up and use this pipe tap, and then instead of knocking the ball bearings back in or getting new ones, I welded a nut to these thinking I could thread a bolt into it, and I could have, but then I changed my mind if I used my lady's foot to pry just right, so I popped. You'll see that in the video too. I should have organized this better. So, yep. So I left this at an angle so I could pry here with my lady's foot off of these different spots while avoiding the gasket surface, and popped right out of there. You can get ball bearings and pop them right back in. They're cheap, they're easy, you can get them on McMaster-Carr. Some places sell them, they're like 10 bucks a piece, and then I think Drift Motion sells them, they're like 10 bucks for all of them. You can find those, they're not special, it's not complicated, you just tap them right back in. But I wanted to go ahead and tap them and put in these pipe plugs. One, because they look cool. Two, I don't have to weld them next time if I got to work on this thing to clean out the oil galleys. And because I want to. So let's get back to it. Be able to wiggle this out. Put your foot there. I'll see this will thread. It won't. so we can pry it. Don't want to fuck up the gasket surface. Something even taller. There's one. That's hot. Don't touch that. Alright, we just pulled out the, I believe, 15mm ball bearings that seal the oil galleys, and we're going to take this piece I made as a drill guide, and we're going to try to drill all the way through to connect the oil galleys so that we have passenger side oil to here and there to feed the turbo. I think if I hold it this way just a tick, it'll be alright. I try not to bow it, kind of float.
Yeah, good luck.
So that's what that's for. That's hardened and it won't waller out. So it's the drill guide. It's hard enough, this can't hurt it. Oh. Came with the benchies. The end of them's probably hot as shit.
Not that bad.
Pinch that piece. Much smaller. Much smaller. Tighten them up. Alright, now pinch it. Alright. Watch out. Dude, it's dead centered on this part. Like dead centered. It's perfect. We've got the first hole. Where are you at, buddy? Like dead centered in the middle. So well, we're starting off right. Now it's got several inches. Well, it's got the drill guide and all this to try to keep it straight. Hopefully that is straight, and we should be all right.
Talking to the camera, or are you talking to me?
Both. About that far in. If you see anything wiggle right here, that's when we'll know
That's bad?
Yeah, that's just very bad. Does it look like it's going dead through the center of this thing?
Yeah.
Need a battery, sir. You hook me up? Watched one guy freehand this and it worked.
What do you mean freehand it? Like
He eyeballed it by hand. Now he had a bunch of blocks. I've only got this one and the one in the Jeep, and I plan on using both.
It's not like he's done that one too many times.
He'd never done it. It was his first one. Supposedly. Allegedly. Is it perfectly centered though?
Probably not.
Oh hell yes it is. That's dead straight. I mean it's off a little bit this way, but the depth. Look at it. It's barely off, but the depth is the same as up here. Or it's real freaking close.
Close enough. So good enough.
Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, it's only that deep, so we're nowhere near busting through on the cylinder wall. Well, I guess it's probably that deep because 3/16. I wonder how close it is. Oh, this is just under. Let's see. Right there. No, it's just behind the cylinder wall. I mean, either way, it's fine. But I wonder just how close it is to being not so fine.
Where it busts out.
Yeah. Well, the bottom of the cylinder's right here on the other side. But it looks fine. It did wander. No, it just wandered this way just a tick. No, I didn't really let the drill do a lot of the work. I was pushing, which will make it wander, but also it's so hard. Yeah. But if that's there, plus 3/16. That's at least right there. Yeah, that's fine. We're good. Try to keep this guy nice and straight, hopefully. Luckily the hole's already so deep. It's kind of easy for it to follow, but hopefully the set screws or the pipe plugs don't go in too deep and cause a problem. This guy's soft. You want to try to get them flush. And if I have to, if they stick too far in and start covering the hole, I'm going to put them in a lathe, cut a groove in them, or trim the end off so it's got a passage. Alright, now my thread stopped right at the hole, so let's test fit our plug. We can go plenty deeper. Well, maybe not. Let's see. I kind of want them to end up flush. Of course, so you can get out of the way of... Yeah, we want to go further. still sticking out just a tick, maybe 1/8 of an inch. So we'll tap her a little deeper. And our hole is that deep. So yeah, even if we're all the way in flush, we're not going to get in the way of our passage. So we don't have to worry about that. As long as we don't sink it too far, we're fine. It looks like we'd have to sink it a good bit. That's perfect. Alright, let's drill this lower one, and we'll be done with this project. I've still got to do the back ones. I've got to knock them out. I didn't have anything long enough here, and even if I did, I've got no way to get to the back with it on the stand. So that will just have to wait. Straight, yeah. I can see where the threads on the tap are shiny, so I kind of know where to stop. Because we know where we stopped on the last one. This one could use a little deeper. It's still sticking out a 32nd or so. Beautiful. There we are. Now if we ever need to service this again, we just pull the plugs out. Whenever I final install it while we're putting it back together, we'll probably just put a little Loctite on it. I don't know about Teflon tape. It's probably the right place for a little Loctite. And I know that this works. I don't have anything that I could have drilled this myself with. My mill is not even straight enough to do that. So I figured if I had that many plates lasered out while stacking them, that it was probably going to end up pretty straight. And it was. If I did it again, I would make this come out like probably 40 thousandths closer to the front of the engine, just to get a little closer to this and further from the cylinder wall. but I don't think we've harmed anything. It's fine. It's well below where the coolant passages are. Well, yeah, it's below everything, so there's no weakness there. It's fine. Hopefully. But whenever I get it off the stand, I'll do the back ones. I'm just excited about that. I've been waiting. I ordered these things last Sunday. No, not last Sunday, the Sunday before. So it's been over a week waiting on these things to get here to do this. And I'm proud it worked. It's awesome. So now I've got that. I don't know if somebody wanted this, I could make this for them. But that's kind of the liability of promising someone there's not going to be a problem. Can't really do that. But one more check. We'll make sure our drill bit passes right through there without hitting those plugs. If they hit, oh yeah. Yeah, we're good. We ain't got to worry about that. Goes all the way through. So we don't have to worry about trimming those. Well, this one was short and sweet, kind of. But it's continued progress. I've put out a post about my motor mounts. I've got mine done. I've got all the revisions done. I'm still yet to order the final round that proves everything works and is done. But I'm getting a couple more people on board so we can all try to save some money, because if you order a one-off set, it's ridiculous. But we'll order those soon and we'll keep marching on. Right now I'm still working on the oil pan. I have a rear sump, it will work, but I kind of want to make a fabricated one that's more aligned with what the Jeep's going to be used for. It's mostly for street, but I don't think the rear sump pan, the way it's made, is necessarily that conducive to what you're going to do in a Jeep if you're doing hill climbs and stuff. So we want to do a little better job. I think we can do a little better job. But no one else really makes one, so I'm going to make it myself. Just because I want to. Well, thank you for watching.